Alright guys, first things first, you're going to click the link in the top of the description and it'll bring you to the SteelSeries website. You're going to go ahead and download the free software for Windows or Mac. Next, you're going to open up that software. You're going to go ahead, create an account and log in if you haven't, and it should look something like this. Next, on the left hand side, go to Sonar, and then once you're in this tab, you're going to click this drop down menu underneath Game. And you're going to select your playback device and set that to game if you have a SteelSeries headset. If not, just select the headset that's here. Next, underneath chat, do the same thing with playback device, but this time you're going to select chat if you have a SteelSeries headset. If not, you're just going to select whatever headset's there. Next is media. Underneath media, we're going to select playback device, set that to game if you have a SteelSeries headset. If you don't, go ahead and set this to whatever headset you have. After that is aux. Go ahead and select the playback device and set this to your speakers if you have any. If not, just go ahead and select game as well if you have a SteelSeries headset, or if you have any other headset, just select the headset. Next is your microphone. Go ahead and select headset, microphone, chat, or you can select your desk mic if you have a desk mic, or you can just select whatever microphone you're using. After that, we're going to go to the games tab. We're going to go to configuration, and underneath configuration, we're going to select the game that we want it to configure to. So for me, my most played game is Warzone 2, and I find that these settings work with pretty much every other game that I've played so far. I've literally had no issue playing PUBG, Fortnite. If not, if you're finding that you have an issue with these settings, go ahead and select the preset for the game that you main. But again, these settings should be fine. Also, feel free to tweak any of these settings in this video to meet your preferences. So once we selected our preset, we're going to go down to the equalizer here. We're going to go ahead and turn bass up to 3. All these little dots are actually fine where they are. Back when I used to configure the equalizer before the sonar was a thing, this sounds pretty much close to what I had. So I would say just leave everything as is and just turn up the bass to 3. A lot of people say that turning up the bass will muffle the footstep. I like a little bit of bass behind the footsteps and behind my bullets. I like it to have a little more thud behind it. Warning, come down to spatial audio if you have this and turn this on. Turn this slider all the way to performance and put the distance to 80. Now everybody's distance is going to be different. Everybody's distance is going to have to be specific to their headset, but 80 should be fine for the majority. But go ahead and feel free to adjust this to meet your demand. And for volume boost, this is the secret. This is going to make everything just louder. I turned mine up to 7. If you hear distortions or if your headset starts to crack or whatever, go ahead and turn this down a little bit and that will help distortion. But for my headset, my needs, 7 is fine. I never get that. And smart volume, we're just going to leave that off. Next, we're going to go to chat. In chat, we're going to leave the configuration at default. My reasoning for this is that everybody's mic tab is going to be set up differently. Everybody's mic tab is going to be set up to meet their microphone, their voice, their... So if we end up switching this, it can make people's voices sound just like completely different than what they have set up. So I would just leave that at default. Equalizer, we're not going to mess with any of this because again, that'll make the voice sound different. Clearcast AI noise cancellation. If you have access to this, you can go ahead and turn this on and leave it at 50. If you don't have access to this, you can also just use my settings that I have down here. I don't even use the Clearcast AI noise cancellation. I use my setting. And my settings are background 0.40, impact 0.70, compressor off, noise gate 38.0. If you want, you can also just turn on the automatic, but I like having mine set where it is. This tab is also a blessing because this basically works for in-game. If you have your in-game chat set up to where it comes through your chat device, this will cancel out all of the background noise coming through their headset or attempt to anyway. So this is actually a blessing for certain games that have prox chat. Next thing we're going to do, we're done in this tab, we're going to head over to media. And underneath the media tab, we're going to switch the configuration to movie immersion. Mainly because I watch a lot of Netflix, I watch a lot of TV shows, I watch a lot of media in general. So I have mine set to movie immersion. But if you listen to a lot of music, then you can go ahead and select one of the music. I would recommend the deep bass. But if you're watching Netflix and stuff like that, you're probably going to want the movie immersion. Go ahead and go down to the bass and turn up the bass to 3 again. Just put a little bit more bass behind everything that's happening. Spatial audio. We're going to turn spatial audio on and we're going to switch the top slider to immersion. We're going to put the distance to 100. I found that this was the best for watching movies and TV shows. Volume boost, we're going to leave that at 0 because when you're watching media, you don't need the volume boosted. And smart volume, we're also going to leave that off as well. Now let's go over to the aux tab next. Underneath the aux tab, I also have mine set to movie immersion. So I can listen to it like surround sound through my speakers, which is nice. But again, if you listen to music, you're probably going to want to switch that to deep bass. Again, we're going to turn up the bass to 3. Again, we're going to turn on spatial audio if you have it, and we're going to turn it to immersion. And everybody's distance is going to be different for this as well, because your speakers are going to be set up different than my speakers. But for my speakers and my setup, I found that 40 was the best. Volume boost, we're actually going to keep that off. And smart volume, we're actually going to keep that off as well. Alright, next we're going to go over to the mic tab. For configuration, we're going to select deep voice. Then for equalizer, we're actually going to take the bass and we're going to turn it up a little bit. We're going to put it up to 5. Then for clearcast, we can turn this on and you can set this to 25. And if you don't have access to the clearcast, for noise reduction, the background is going to be 0.30. Impact is going to be 0.70. Compressor is going to be off. And noise gate is going to be minus 45.0. You can also select the automatic if you want to, but I like having my settings how they are. Okay, so now that we have all of that set up, the last thing we're going to want to do is app routing. Basically, you're going to want your Google Chrome, if it's underneath here, or it might even be underneath your Games tab. You're going to want your Google Chrome underneath your Media tab, because that's going to be like your YouTube, your Netflix, anything basically played through your internet browser. You want your internet browser underneath the Media tab. And same goes for Disney Plus. It's coming off as Microsoft Edge for some reason, but this is the Disney Plus app. If it's underneath here, or if it's underneath the game, you're going to want to just put that over to the Media tab, because you want that playing through the Media section that we set up. So just make sure that you do that with every app that you don't want underneath the Games tab. If yours doesn't look like this, you're going to have to do the app to device routing in a different way. And I have an older video that can show you how to do that, and I'll leave it in the description below as well. Alright, so that should be it for majority of you. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe if this video helped you. For those of you who want a little bit more information through this, we're going to head over to the Mixer tab. And we're going to turn on, so now that streamer mode's turned on, this is actually really cool. So now it gives us 2 bars instead of 1. The left side is going to be what we hear, and the right side is going to be what the stream hears. So let's head up to this little gear icon up here. And we're going to set personal to game, or whatever headset you have. We're going to set the stream mix to the SteelSeries Sonar stream. And then we're going to put the mic input to chat. Next, the settings are going to be 100% for you, 7% for the stream, 100% for you for chat, 40% for the stream, underneath media, 90% for you, 10% for the stream, underneath aux, 100% for you, and actually click the icon to turn it off for the stream. And for mic, turn it off, click the icon so it turns it off so you can't hear yourself. And then for the stream, you're going to want to add 30%. And then once you have this set up, you can actually go into your streaming and recording software and have it as one input device, one output device. Instead of having all of your inputs of your stream, your game, your mic, your chat, all this, you would just have your SteelSeries Sonar stream. I have an older video that can show you how to do that. I'll have the link down in the description if you want to know how to do that. I'm not going to show it in this video. Alright guys, if this video helped you, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you like what I do, want to support me. Also, I have a gaming channel that I'm trying to get up and running. Subscribe over there, and that would also help. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.